online recipes and make them in real time. And today I'm going to be making Philly cheesesteak quesadillas. So the first thing you need is 2 flour tortillas, which I have, half pound of beef, ribeye, or some kind of round top, thinly sliced, which we're going to do here in a minute, onion, half a red pepper, half a green pepper, so basically just 1 pepper. I really wish I could use red, it would taste better, but 138 versus 83 cents, we're going green tonight. 6 ounces of diced mushrooms and 3 slices of provolone cheese. And then olive oil, 1 clove of garlic. I'm going to use 2 because I'm using a press. And then it says pepper and salt to taste. I'm going to be using pepper and oregano because it's going to taste more delicious that way. And then mayo. So basically what we're doing is we're going to be making, I lost my train of thought, Philly cheesesteaks, except they're going to be quesadillas. I'm super excited. So I've already oiled my board, and the importance of oiling your board is so that you don't get nooks and crannies in it, which I already have because I didn't learn about that hack before. So this board kind of looks like my soul. So let me go ahead and get this started. So I'm going to go ahead and thinly slice my steak. If you haven't already, I would really like you to subscribe to this channel. Remember, subscribing helps me to get further. It helps me reach more people. And those of you who are subscribing, thank you so much. Please remember to share this video with your friends and people you know. Everything has been going fantastic, and I am so grateful for everybody who is watching and helping me, and I couldn't ask for more. Those of you who are donating to my PayPal, which is also Amber Burns Black, the link is in the description. I couldn't do this without you, especially the last donation I got went to gas to buy these groceries, so thank you so much. Okay, now that I got this all sliced up, I am going to go ahead and add it to my large skillet. Doesn't say what kind of heat to put it on, so I'm going to put it on 4 and add that to my So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start heating this meat up. And take my spatula. Okay, there we go with that. Then meanwhile, finally chop all the veggies. That's not a problem. I can get started on that right away. So first thing I have is my onion. Onions are so easy to chop, which I usually just cut right next to the sink, throw it in the sink, and then I have the child labor clean it out. This I hope is going to be delicious. It looks like it will be. So I'm really excited. That, and I love Philly cheesesteak. And one of the things that I really like about this recipe is this is serving for 2, so it is perfect for date night. But anyway, I'm very ecstatic. If you haven't already, I'm going to be able to try this live tonight, not move it over to TikTok, so that's a plus. Whatever. I got another onion if this isn't enough onion, but I have a feeling it's going to be enough onion. So, also, if you haven't already, my TikTok is also Amber Burns Black, and I try to post there every Wednesday. Sometimes I just do cooking, sometimes I try to do a little bit more, but you know, I just like to have fun. Okay, whoops. Yeah. So my beef isn't doing anything. I'm going to kick it up to a 5 while I continue cutting my veggies. That should get some movement going over there. And I'm really excited about this because Philly cheesesteaks are a huge favorite of mine. So I got the onion, the mushrooms, and the peppers. I'm actually going to do the pepper next. I don't know why I grabbed my knife. I don't need my knife yet. And I'm not doing stuffed peppers, so I don't have to be all pretty about it. But the easiest way I find to do pepper is just cut it in half in the top part. And then that way you have the, I don't know what you call it, the seed pouch or whatever. And then you can just rip off the rind with your hands. And if you want, you can use a small knife and kind of like just carve it off. But I'm not really going to power wash it inside today because, like I said, I'm just cutting it up so I can just flick the seeds out. And again, I'm just going to rip that rind off. And this is super easy. So now I got some sizzling going on over here. Thankfully, I can turn my meat a bit. And if you want, you can cover it. It'll cook a little faster and a little more evenly, I think. So I got that going on. Now I'm going to chop my pepper. And again, you want a sharp knife, but you also want to like, you know, just be careful with it. And if you want, you can curl your fingers. I don't really cut myself much with a knife. I'm dangerous with a mandolin though. I don't currently have one, which is, it's funny. It's like I got all my stuff, I lost all my stuff, and now I gotta replace all my stuff again. But that's how life goes. It will happen. Excuse me. At least I didn't inhale cooking spray today. So I got my peppers. Okay. Got that ready. I'm going to mix that up with my onion just casually. And now I got the mushrooms. So it says 6 ounces. This is 8. So I'm going to kind of divide it up a little funky. Don't judge my methods. So 8, here's how I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just call that, I'll call that 6 ounces. Yeah. Like I said, crazy system. So I gotta put these away when I'm done. I'm gonna wash these real quick because if you don't get pre-sliced mushrooms, they are dirty. Thankfully, I don't have anything in the sink today. I can't believe I did that one time. I had all my herbs in the sink along with all my cords. That was fun times, but thankfully nothing happened. So, always a plus. And I'm just, you know, rubbing them mostly at the root and the cap. Make sure I get all the soil off. And not only that, it's fungus, so you don't know what they use to grow it. So now that I got that done, I'm going to give this steak another little stir. It's cooking nicely, thankfully. Whoop. Some of it's still pink there. Yeah, I like that piece. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chop my mushrooms. Now when I chop the mushrooms, I like to put them head down. and then just go doop, doop, doop. But sometimes you want to cut off the stem. It's all what you want to do. The mushrooms are a little different from most vegetables because they're a fungus. And they are a delicious fungus. And like I said, I mean, they're kind of chunky and big. If you want, you can cut the stem off, which is what I'm going to do with this one. And I'm going to cut the stem 2 more times like that. There we go. And then just go to town on this cap. And there are techniques you can use with knives to go faster, but like I said, you just got to do what you're comfortable with. That's the most important thing. Doop, 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 doop. Mushrooms are probably my favorite because what I love about mushrooms is they change the flavor of what's around them, but at the same time they soak up the flavor of everything that's with them as well, which I absolutely love. So that meat is getting really nice. So I'm going to give that another stir here in a second. I'm going to call these mushrooms done. And I trust my knife and my fingers. Don't always do what you see me do. So, and sometimes it can be, a bad cut, just grab a Band-Aid. Other times it's, you just take off a nail. That kind of sucks, but it doesn't hurt. Okay. Like I said, I'm just cutting the top off that mushroom right there. So I got that going on. This looks pretty done. It's still a little, pieces are a little rare, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it done. Move this aside, and then I'm going to saute these vegetables until they are tender. Okay. I'm being really careful to kind of save the oil in them, in the pot, which I did not do a good job of. But you can see that it's still, oh, I don't want to put hot grease right there on the, oh. So I'm going to put this aside for a minute. I'm going to take a little more, actually, I'm not going to do that just yet. Excuse me. Like I said, it's change of temperature is really messing with me. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add all of these to my pan. And I'm going to oil this up. Woo! And throw oil all over my kitchen. Always good. Oh, shoot. I just broke it. Did I seriously? I just broke my oil. Okay. That's not good. Ah. So I'm gonna, oh boy. I'm gonna have to really clean my oven off before I use other burners. Ow, just burnt myself. All right. Hopes and prayers, guys. Hopes and prayers. I'm going to turn that down a little bit and give it a nice stir. So while I got that sauteing, I might have to end up switching over to butter. It might be a little safer. Wow, I just lost my train of thought. Okay, so When I add the beef back into the skillet, which I want to let this soften a bit, I'm going to be adding the garlic as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to press the garlic into the beef while that, you know what, hold up. Never mind, I don't know where the lid is and I don't feel like messing with it right now. I just kind of threw cooking oil all over my kitchen. I don't want to be too preoccupied. So what I'm doing is I'm smashing the garlic to make the paper come off. Usually it works first try. Sometimes it's a little rough. So I got that. I'm going to cut the tips off of them, like the root where it's connected to the rest of the bulb. And then I'm going to do the second one. Now, the recipe, oh, hey, there's like 3 here. Scoy! Score! So, scoy. What the heck's a scoy? So, when using the garlic press, I like to add 1 extra clove because kind of sometimes you lose the clove in pressing it, but it makes it so much easier than trying to chop a tiny piece of garlic. And that's ridiculous. I'm not even going to use that. I just got new bulbs today, so I'm not worried. Now, I only use, get out of the kitchen. Are you allowed in here? No, you are not. I only use garlic bulbs if I have a press. Otherwise, I don't. There is a mushroom right here. Yum. With garlic paper. A mess. So, give this a stir. That is turning out nicely. I can turn it back up because it doesn't seem like there's any danger going on. I'm not seeing any extra smoke. I'm just gonna have to really scrub my oven down, my stove down before I use it. So, which I love these little squirties. They work phenomenally, and you can just get them like $1.25 for 2. So, like I said, awesome. Now, I typically, oh, I just shot garlic all over my counter. When I do this, I try to hold up here because sometimes they can break. So I got this one, and then you just take a little knife, cut it off, and then you go in here and make sure everything's there. And I'm going to throw these last 2 in, and then I'm going to press them as well. And I usually try to press my garlic into its final destination of where I'm cooking it. That way you don't lose any of it. So I got that going on. Was that a flame? Oh well, we'll figure it out. When it combusts, we'll know. So I got that going on. Okay, and then I'm going to add this back in. And it's almost time. The mushrooms are looking really good, which is kind of like what I judge by is the mushrooms. And like I said, I mean, it looks like it's not a lot of food, but it's a recipe for 2, which, like I said, perfect date night. So that's looking a little better. I'm going to actually add this back in, and I am going to add my pepper and my oregano. Now the reason I'm adding oregano is because I love oregano on subs. When I go to Subway, I always ask for it. And oregano, which is oily, because I shot oil everywhere. Cook that in. Okay, I'm going to stir that in. And this looks beautiful. Okay, while I have that there, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to start my tortillas. going to move my cutting board out of the way, which I can just put that there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I got 2 plates. All I need is 2 tortillas. Whoops. What is that? Oh. Thing. Brand new tortillas. Always fun. That fresh first tortilla of the bag. So, here's this. And I'm going to spread mayo all over it. That oregano smells great. And this mayo is very, I guess that's enough. Get a knife and a fork. And spread that all over my tortilla. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn this off. Because look at that, that is, it doesn't get more beautiful than that. So let me get this done. Okay, if you haven't already, I'm going to ask you again, please remember to hit that subscribe button. It totally helps me, it totally helps other people. It's just an awesome button. Hey girl! How have you been? Anyway, I got mayo everywhere. Ah! All over my cutting board. And the plate. Give me a sec. I shouldn't be licking my hands. I was handling raw beef. So, okay, I got my mayo on. And divide the filling between 2 of the things. Okay, that's easy. So I'm going to take this. And I'm going to put half of it in this bowl up here. I'm going to put half of it on my tortilla. And that's actually a lot. I'm glad I went and picked up the bigger tortilla shells today. Add another half over here. What I'm doing is I'm dividing it evenly. Now looking at it, it says it serves 2. But you can definitely stretch this out to 4. Uh-oh. I don't know where that went. And I gotta really make sure I scrape out the pan because I'm going to use the pan, my skillet, again. But it's okay because it's gonna be nice. So, living the dream, still trying to figure out whose sadistic dream it is though. It's like you have an angry cartoonist living your life or writing your life for you. So I got, oh, I'm going to turn this back on to like 3. Okay, now I'm going to add the provolone, which you can add like any cheese you want, but provolone's just delicious. Excuse me. Okay, when you can't get it, scissors are your friend. I'm being very careful not to cut that Ziploc because I'm not going to use this whole pack of provolone. Boop. And maybe I didn't cut it. Oh, yeah, I got it. Maybe. So I'm actually heating the skillet up now. I don't know if I'm going to put any more oil in it. I think it's oily enough. Maybe I will. I think I will. So it says 3 slices of provolone sliced. But I'm just going to go ahead. These are little slices of provolone, and I just got one with my nail. I am just going to go bloop. And rip it up. Why didn't I cut my nails before I did this? Bloop. Bloop. And I gotta kind of like push this over because I'm gonna fold it in half. Okay. And then I am, like I said, fold it in half. saute, press it down. Now, one of the cool things I had is I used to have a quesadilla cooker, and it was awesome, and I got it at Goodwill, but currently I do not have one. Let me oil this down one more time, make sure it doesn't stick. Being very careful because I broke it. I can't believe I did that. Okay, make sure it's all nice and oily. And I'm going to put my tortilla down and make it a quesadilla. Let me heat that up a little bit. And while that is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and start my next one. Cheese melty and flip it only once. Seems like that would be ideal. So get my other tortilla, cover it with mustard, and then the rest of the filling. Mayo. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, maybe I don't want to add as much mayo this time. So, heat the skillet over medium heat for a crispier tortilla. So maybe I'll take like a 4. It goes up to 7. So yeah, 4 would be good. And then I'm just going to cover another tortilla with mayo. And then put it in a hot pan and saute until the cheese is melted. Boop. That's weird. I have been... Oh, facts. And I'm going to leave... Oh, Foamy the squirrel. Yeah. I have been doing great. I've actually been just doing kind of like an assessment of my life. And I am very happy with the way everything is going. It's been a dream. It's been a blessing. Everything is positive. I don't really have any regrets, any remorse. I mean, I do, obviously, but just, I don't know, it's just, everything's really positive and looking up, so I'm stoked about that, because that's not something I normally feel. So this is getting kind of like bubbly on the one side, if you can see it, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip this, and I got to be completely honest, I have never done a tortilla in a pan before. Boop. Perfect! So I'm going to let that get crispy while I go ahead and finish this one. And this one looks a little more filling, but whatever. I didn't divide it evenly. Ow! Apparently. Shocking! It popped out at me. So I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese on it. And honestly, in hindsight and future sight, if I was to do this again, I would definitely use shredded cheese. I think it would melt back in better. Thank you, and I really appreciate that. Like, it's not, and like I said, it's not typical of me to be, I usually try to be positive, but at the same time, I'm very depressed, and I've noticed my overall health has gotten so much better the past 6 months. Mental health included, so I'm in a good place, which is saying a lot considering what I've come from and been through. So I'm going to press that down, and I'm going to fold this up, and after I fold this up, but this one's a little harder to fold because I can obviously see already this one's the bigger one. I'm going to move this, and I got stuffing falling out of this one, if you can see. So I'm going to transfer this one over to my plate carefully with the remaining, oh, I don't want that oil gone. Let me oil this up real quick. Look at that, man. That thing has been through a war. Whoop. Get it nice and hot so my quesadilla doesn't stick. Move this plastic plate. Get this going. So while I'm cooking my second one, which, oh, you can probably get smaller tortillas and make more than 2. but I kind of like having two in case I'm hungry for a second one. So now that I got this, I'm going to go ahead and try this, which is something I don't get to do live often. So I'm actually really excited because, like I said, I love Philly cheesesteak. And I'm trying to do the keto thing, so. That is the biggest news. That is awesome. So, thank you thank you everyone so much for watching. I love and appreciate you. You guys are gorgeous. Please remember to subscribe. I'm going to ask another favor on that. Please, after the playback of this video, or when you watch this video, drop a recipe in the comments so that I can find something to do for next week. I'm having a lot of fun, and like I said, everything is looking up, so I love and appreciate you guys so much. You can also follow me on TikTok, Amber Burns Black, as well as my PayPal if you want to support me. Prices are rising. I don't know if it's a global thing or an American thing, but inflation, gas prices, food crisis. I saw an article that we only have a 2-month supply of wheat left globally. I don't know how true that is, but it's frightening, and I don't want to put my channel on hiatus. So I love you guys. I really do, and I am so thankful for everything you do. I will see you later this week after I flip this. That is beautiful. All right. Bye, guys.